I'm Jason Gray, Managing Director of the Federal Business here at Box. More recently, though, I was a 20-plus year federal employee, leader, and CIO, having held the position at the Department of Education and USAID. I'm thrilled to join the Box team, where my reach, expertise, and passion for the work of the federal government can span all of government globally. I'm happy to welcome you to our session, How Federal Investigations Can Be Transformed with Responsible AI and Secure Content Collaboration. As a former federal CIO across multiple large agencies, I know that running IT and being able to audit and have a chain of custody for all of your data and decisions is so important. That's why we're focusing on federal investigations as a relatable example that can fit any federal government workflow. As we know, data is vital, and being able to trace it securely and be accountable for it at scale is absolutely essential. So let's jump in. In federal today, three realities define the work. First, volume and velocity. Missions move faster, but information grows even faster. Documents, emails, imagery, chats, and logs spread across systems that don't talk to each other. Second, trust is the product. Every decision must be transparent, discoverable, and defensible under oversight, FOIA, and audit without slowing the mission. Third, workforce pressure. We're asking the same teams to do more with less, fewer experts, tighter budgets, and higher expectations from the public. That is the gap. Too much content, too little time, and zero margins for error. The opportunity is clear. Modern federal programs are shifting from document handling to decision assurance, a single governed content backbone, not a maze of shares and email threads. We'll walk the lifecycle end to end, intake, analysis, collaboration, closure, and show where AI helps, where governance lives, and where humans remain the deciders. Before we jump in, let's outline 4 pain areas we hear across federal investigations. First, evidence management. Files live in SharePoint, email, local drives, even filing cabinets. Coordination across units is slow, and manual copying or tracking increases risks and costs. Second, analysis bottlenecks. Senior staff spend hours hunting for key facts. Pattern matching across long documents is tedious, and when cases get complex, expertise doesn't always scale to meet demand. Third, collaboration friction. Sharing evidence kicks off long back-and-forth threads. Security reviews, redactions, and approvals happen in different tools. Versions drift and work gets duplicated. Finally, compliance challenges. Case closure practices vary. Retention is enforced manually, and incomplete records make audits and oversight harder than they should be. Imagine a different reality using native Box capabilities, one where all evidence is stored in a secure, centralized environment with proper access controls. Box AI assists investigators in quickly identifying patterns and key facts. Collaboration through Box's secure sharing with complete audit trails. Case disposition follows consistent workflows with automated compliance documentation. This isn't theoretical. This is what we'll demonstrate today. I want to show you how investigations can be transformed when evidence and case files live in one secure, intelligent platform. We'll start by following the full case lifecycle, from the moment evidence is submitted, through the review process, and all the way to final disposition. Instead of working across disconnected systems, everything is captured, tracked, and auditable inside Box. You'll see how AI supports investigators, automatically extracting key facts, surfacing anomalies, and pointing out critical insights. This doesn't replace human judgment. It accelerates the review process while maintaining full transparency and oversight. We'll also highlight how evidence is auto-classified. Whether it's a scanned document, an image, or a digital file, Box applies metadata so investigators can quickly find what they need without endless searching. Finally, you'll experience secure collaboration and case closure. Reviews move faster, approvals are streamlined, and every action leaves a complete audit trail, ensuring cases can be closed with confidence and defended under oversight. Before we jump into the demo, let's set the stage with the key personas in a typical investigation. First, there's the submitter of evidence. This could be a resident or even another agency staff member. They're responsible for getting critical information into the system. Next, we have the investigator or case officer. This is the person who lives in the details, reviewing evidence, connecting the dots, and coordinating with other stakeholders. Their biggest challenges today are time, fragmentation across systems, and the manual effort it takes to build a complete case. Finally, there's agency leadership and oversight bodies. Their job is to ensure accountability, compliance, and defensible case closure. They need visibility into progress, they need confidence in the audit trail, and they need assurance that sensitive data is handled securely. In today's demo, we're going to step into the shoes of the investigator and see how Box transforms the entire workflow, from intake to analysis to final disposition. Let's go ahead and move into the interface.
Thanks, Jason. Let's start with the evidence submission process. Here, a resident or staff member uploads supporting documents directly through a secure Box form. Instead of emails, faxes, or walk-ins, everything lands in a structured folder automatically. You'll notice that as soon as the files are submitted, whether it's a PDF, an image, or even a video, Box automatically applies metadata tags. This makes it easy to track the evidence type, case number, and submission date without manual entry. The system is already creating an organized case file behind the scenes. Now let's move into the investigator's view. Here I have a case file assembled with all of the evidence in one place. Traditionally, this would mean hours of manually reading and sorting through documents, video, and audio files. With Box AI, I can highlight a witness statement and quickly extract the key facts, names, dates, and potential red flags. If I need to summarize an entire evidence package, AI delivers a concise overview while preserving full transparency. I can always trace back to the source material. This doesn't replace the investigator's judgment, but it accelerates the review process and ensures nothing critical is missed. Often, investigations span multiple departments or even partner agencies. Instead of emailing files around, Box lets me securely share an evidence package while controlling permissions. With tasks and comments, investigators can assign follow-ups, flag questionable items, and coordinate without losing the audit trail. Every step is tracked automatically, so leadership always has confidence in the integrity of the process. Finally, let's close out this case. With all the evidence reviewed and findings documented, I can move this file into a final disposition folder. Here, Box Relay automates retention policies, ensuring the case is held for the correct period and defensible under audit. If leadership or oversight staff requests review, I can instantly generate a full record of every action taken, submission reviews, redactions, and approvals. This provides confidence not just in the outcome of the case, but in the process itself, fully documented, secure, and compliant.
Now that we've seen how Box manages the intake and case lifecycle, let's step into the most time-consuming part of any investigation, analysis. Here, our personas come back into focus. The resident or reporter has provided raw evidence, like contracts and supporting files. The investigator is tasked with analyzing these files, comparing across documents, and spotting red flags. The agency leadership and oversight bodies need confidence that this process is not only faster, but more consistent and defensible. And new in this scenario will highlight the auditor or legal reviewer who validates that any findings can withstand external scrutiny. Now back to Caitlin to show what this looks like.
Here's our first case file, a federal contract. Using Box AI, I can analyze it directly in Box, no exporting or switching tools. I'll ask, summarize key terms and flag unusual provisions. In seconds, I get a clear, structured summary with every answer cited back to the original page and clause. Now let's take it a step further and make it repeatable. I'll open Box AI Studio and build a contract analysis agent. What makes Box AI Studio so powerful is how configurable it is. I can define exactly what the agent should do and how it should behave. I have access to multiple AI models. Since we're operating in a FedRAMP environment, I'll select GPT-5 to ensure full compliance. Next, I'll set custom instructions. The more granular I get, the more precise the agent becomes. I can tell it exactly what to do or what to ignore. I can even pre-build prompts so every investigator runs consistent, audible analysis with one click. And with Box permissions, I have full control over who can access or modify the agent. Let's see our new agent in action. We know investigators rarely hinge on a single file, so I'll select contract, financial records, and a witness statement, and I'll apply our contract analysis agent. I can easily select from one of the prompts, and Box begins analyzing. In seconds, it extracts key details and flags inconsistencies across all three, with citations leading back to their sources. What would normally take days now happens in minutes. That's the difference between manual review and structured AI-driven investigation. Evidence isn't limited to documents. With Box AI, I can analyze audio and video too. Here I upload an interview file. Box AI transcribes it, summarizes key statements, and highlights contradictions against our case files. Finally, investigators can refine instructions, retune analysis, and validate results. That balance of speed, consistency, and human oversight is what makes Box AI and Box AI Studio so powerful for federal investigators.
Now let's address one of the most challenging parts of any investigation: interagency coordination. Whether it's working with the Department of Justice, an Inspector General's office, or another oversight body, investigators must share evidence packages securely without losing control or visibility. Let's see how Box enables this collaboration natively. Back to Caitlin.
From the main case folder, I'll create a subfolder called DOJ Collaboration Package. This is where I'll assemble the evidence for review, keeping it separate and organized. I'll pull in just the files DOJ needs: the contract analysis summary, key evidence photos, and legal reference memos. With a right click, I copy them into the new folder. The originals stay in place, but DOJ gets a clean package for review. Now I'll share the folder. I can add specific reviewers, set permissions like view only or editor, and add link expirations. For added security, I'll enable download restrictions, watermarking, and notifications, so DOJ sees exactly what they need and nothing more. Once shared, DOJ can leave comments, annotations, and mentions directly on the document. Version history keeps everyone aligned, and I can see activity in real time, who accessed what and when. Every action is logged. In the Activity tab, I can show access, downloads, comments, and permission changes. That provides a full audit trail and preserves chain of custody. And with Box Search, DOJ can quickly surface related evidence using metadata filters or smart suggestions. No more digging through scattered systems. The result is secure, transparent collaboration, controlled access, complete audit trails, real-time updates, and no risky email attachments or USB drives. With Box, agencies can share and collaborate confidently without compromising evidence integrity.
Now that we've seen how Box manages the intake and case lifecycle, let's step into the most time-consuming part of any investigation: analysis. Here, our personas come back into focus. The resident or submitter has provided raw evidence, like contracts and supporting files. The investigator is tasked with analyzing these files, comparing across documents, and spotting red flags. The agency leadership and oversight bodies need confidence that this process is not only faster, but more consistent and defensible. And new in this scenario will highlight the auditor or legal reviewer who validates that any findings can withstand external scrutiny.
In the main case folder, I'll start by creating a subfolder called Case Disposition Package. This will serve as the central location for all documents. required to formally close the case. Next, I'll move the key files that make up the official record: the final investigation report, the evidence inventory spreadsheet, witness interview summaries, and the Box AI analysis results. Now everything that went into the investigation is consolidated into one organized package. Box can also generate comprehensive case summaries. This report captures the full timeline: evidence collected, analysis performed, decisions made, and approvals recorded. It ensures leadership and auditors have complete visibility into how the case was handled. I can apply the right retention rules. Options include setting schedules and setting automated disposition. This guarantees the case record is preserved for exactly the required period with no risk of manual error. Every action is auditable. From the case folder, I can export an activity report showing file access timestamps, user activity, permission changes, collaboration history, and more. The result is a complete and defensible audit trail. Finally, Box supports immutable archiving. Files can be locked under legal hold, versions preserved, and archives exported in multiple formats for long-term storage. This ensures the case complies fully with legal and regulatory requirements. To close, investigators can launch a review workflow, supervisors receive tasks to confirm all files are present, approvals are captured, and compliance checklists are satisfied. The case cannot be marked closed until requirements are complete, ensuring quality and compliance every time.
Thank you for spending time with us today. We hope this discussion has sparked ideas for how responsible AI and secure content collaboration can meaningfully support and strengthen federal investigations. From managing case files to coordinating across agencies, these processes are complex, but they don't have to be inefficient. With the right approach, it's possible to reduce friction, improve transparency, and uphold the integrity of investigative work. If you'd like to learn more, connect with our team, or explore specific use cases further, we're here to help. Thanks again for joining us and for the vital work you do every day to uphold accountability and serve the public interest.